It's complicated. I don't want to look like anyone else. I don't want to listen to what everyone else is doing. I like to push against the grain a little bit, and fashion has been that for me. It's been my sense of like personality.
Like Kate says, the style versus fashion. I'm finding my style and I'm appreciating what feels good.
I don't want to follow that path that everyone's doing because at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to create art. It's not going to be original. It's not going to be inspiring. It's just going to be bland. So Noihsaf is a marketplace. It's a resale marketplace. It's focused on independent and boutique designers.
Well, should we see what's in the inbox?
I had an idea before I started the Instagram to start a style blog and call it Noihsaf. And it's fashion backwards.
Kate kept Noihsaf pretty mysterious up until 2-3 years ago. There was really no face behind it. It was kind of just this anonymous marketplace. And it grew to become quite popular before she revealed who she was and that she was from Duluth, Minnesota. And I think people were mostly just delightfully surprised. Definitely thought that this, machine was pumping out of New York City or LA, where most of our clientele is.
So I started the Instagram handle Noihsaf Bazaar in 2013. I had just had a child. I was actually in the throes of postpartum depression. I had left my job to stay home. It was one of the coldest winters on record in Duluth, and Instagram was this new thing, and at that time, no one was using it as a marketplace. It was still very much filtered, pictures of your latte. Because I thought, I have some clothes to sell. So I just took pictures and made this handle, posted them, and let them know. And they sold, and then those people were like, hey, I have some things I can sell. Can I post them? And in the beginning, I was literally giving out the password. I did it for free. I also got first dibs on stuff, because I got to see everything that came in. So it's this is working, until it got to a point where I was constantly on my phone.
And yeah, honestly, when Kate first started Noihsaf and was spending all the time on the phone, it was something that seemed really foreign to me and something that I kind of resisted, both the social media aspect of it and the fashion aspect of it.
I got to a breaking point where I was like, okay, I don't think I can do this anymore. This is silly. I'm spending hours a day on my phone. It was fun, c'est la vive. And my husband was like, why don't you just charge a fee? And I was like, no one's gonna pay a fee. No one's gonna pay for this. It just seemed too simple. And he's like, well, instead of, why would you quit? Just see. Right now it's $3.80. For the first 2 years it was free, and then it was $1.80, and then it kind of blew up. And so now we have 5 team members that we pay, and then I did a small friends and family fundraising round in December and secured funding to build out a website. So that's being built out in Portland, and by a really small team called Human Shapes, who I converse with. I'm supposed to be flying there, every few months, and now with COVID, we're doing everything on the old computer. So that's been interesting, building a company remotely.
When Kate was starting to think about taking this platform off of Instagram and turning it into her career, and she asked me to start helping her, that's kind of the avenue I came in. I have the skill set to help, bring some organization to a business and take all these skills I've learned working for other businesses as they've grown and bring them to Noihsaf.
So Noihsaf has been living in the Instagram social media world, and that's been great because we've been able to build this organic community, and people are addicted to their phones already, so they're already seeing our items, right? But we are dependent on Instagram, and we want to have some autonomy. So we are building out our own website. So you can be on Instagram if you still choose to shop that way, but you can also just go to our website and list and sell your items through the website. So you don't have to be on social media.
You know, we're nervous about it, but really excited about it. But yeah, I think Kate said, you know, she is a bit extroverted and I am a little introverted, so everything is a little scarier for me, but I'm appreciating being pushed out of my comfort zone.
So Noihsaf is living on Instagram right now, but we're entering a new phase where it will be its own website and platform. People are going to have their own user logins, they're going to have their own dashboard to keep track of what they sell, what they list. It's going to be searchable. And then we're going to have this media component, which I'm really excited about. We're really going to expand our blog, and we're hiring writers to write about really important topics in fashion. Cultural appropriation, inclusive sizing, imposter syndrome. A lot of these small designers went to school for something else or were in the corporate world and decided to quit their day job and start a small fashion line. We want to hear from those people.
If you want to wear headphones, you can, but you don't have to.
I think they'll make us look cooler.
They do. You will look cooler.
We're going to be launching a podcast, so we're going to be interviewing these designers and kind of people in the fashion world that are really addressing kind of the underbelly of these issues.
We had a really interesting item come in within the last few months into the vintage page. It was a purse made out of an armadillo, like the entire armadillo, like it's still...
I don't know what it is, but there's a momentum with Noihsaf and a feeling, and I just feel like Noihsaf is going to make it. And so it's really exciting to have the opportunity to be part of that.
Noihsaf Bazaar. Noihsaf. Noihsaf.
Noihsaf Bazaar.
Noihsaf Bazaar.
Right now we're in beta mode, so the first phase of the website is pretty much complete. We're just testing it out, working out the kinks.
These are great. Ooh. These are all new with tags too.
Our main market is in New York and LA, but we have community members across the whole US, and a lot of them are working and living or going to school in small communities where they don't have access to boutiques, and they perhaps don't have the budget to spend the full retail price of some of these articles. So creating access is something really important to Noihsaf missions too.
I'm in there doing the curating, so I get to see all the items as they come in, and I have been finding pieces that I love and developing this relationship with articles of clothing that I didn't understand was possible.
Our team members, we all work remote, so we do Zoom meetings once a week to talk about customer service issues, any announcements, coming up changes, website updates. I think we're doing a really good job so far. I'm not taking any VC money. We're trying to be really intentional with how we build it.
I think making it for Noihsaf is to continue to stay true to our roots.
I think following your intuition and that gut is the most important, because you will be told to go a lot of different directions, or do this and not this, or you Google how to start a business and you'll get a list of things you should do. That's not necessarily right. Surprise, 2020, if we learn anything, we know nothing, and we're all just making it up as we go along.